continues.
One mom says she's ready for her 6-month-old child to be vaccinated against COVID-19. But the Pfizer vaccine for children 6 months through 4 years old has been pushed back at least 2 months. The FDA says more data is needed. Garrett Weimer talked to a new mom who also has the title of pediatrician. She says as a parent, she can't wait until the FDA greenlights the vaccination for peace of mind.
No hesitation.
New mom Sylvia Ofe says she won't delay getting her 6-month-old son the new COVID-19 vaccination whenever the FDA gives the okay. Ofe was vaccinated while 17 weeks pregnant and is now breastfeeding. She believes her baby boy has the antibodies, but his immune system will need added protection. But now there's a delay in the vaccination rollout.
I was kind of, in a sense, thinking, oh, bummer, because I was looking for, that was something I said, as soon as he can get vaccinated, it takes a sense of pressure off.
Mom is looking for peace of mind. The pediatrician in her is looking for solutions for the community.
When you think about the impact of the community, even in those children, if they can't get vaccinated, how that impacts their other family members, those that could be immunocompromised.
Dr. Ofe understands some parents will be hesitant to vaccinate their child, but wonders why other medications aren't questioned as much.
Why are we so hesitant about this vaccine with the technology that's been around for years? But we are willing to take medicine or give our kids certain medications that we do not ask those same questions about.
Dr. Ofe says a month ago she saw about 3 patients a day in Kentucky Children's Hospital. She sees the problem, but she won't overly push what she thinks is a solution.
My approach has been more of encouragement than pushing. I have had patients that have come in and we've had conversations about it.
If Pfizer gets clearance in the next 2 months, chances are there will be a new conversation. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Pfizer has to figure out the effectiveness of 3 shots of the extra low-dose vaccine on children in the 6 months to 4-year age group. Dr. Ofe says she respects everyone's point of view when it comes down to vaccination. As for her infant son, he's happy and healthy. The Food and Drug Administration makes changes to its emergency use authorization for Evishield. That's the monoclonal antibody given to people who are immunocompromised and can't get the COVID-19 vaccine due to medical reasons. The previous dosage was 2 separate 150 milligram injections repeated every 6 months. But now both doses have been boosted to 300 milligrams. The FDA says the revision is expected to provide greater protection from the infection to the patient.
We will continue to see cloudy skies, cool temperatures around the mountains. We'll also keep an eye on some of those rivers out there as well. Some of them still out of their banks, but we're going to start to see those diminish as well. Outside right now, camera from the University of Virginia ad Wise. We're in the low to middle 30s around the region right now. Plenty of cloud cover sticking around out front here. WYMT, the overcast continues, but outside of maybe some drizzle, we're dry. Temperatures do remain chilly. Mostly in the middle 30s, though a few upper 30s and low 40s the further south that you go. It's 41 Jacksboro and Jonesville right now, 38 Middlesboro, it's 36 in Harlan, 35 in London and Monticello, and 34 in many other locations this afternoon. We continue to see northwesterly winds. That's what's driving the cold air back into the region after many of us spent the day yesterday cold, then warmed up in the evening, and then got cold again as we went into today. Satellite and radar, the last of those showers and flurries well on out of here. We back out and you see not a whole lot to the west other than more river flood warnings around the region. So we're finally coming to an end of this particular soggy spell. On that WYMT weather app, well, you're definitely going to want to keep that handy as we head over the next couple of days. Mainly, though, because of how cold it's going to be. We're in the low 30s and upper 20s as we head to bed tonight. I'll have the very latest on when we finally start to warm back up coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Today, many high school students in the Big Sandy region got a front row glimpse into the world of healthcare at SOAR's Healthcare Career Pathways Fair. Several colleges, healthcare facilities, and organizations were at the Appalachian Wireless Arena presenting to more than 700 students about the opportunities that healthcare provides and the opportunities that await right here in the region.
We've got to make sure that we're getting this type of information through a bunch of different media to these students, and if this is one way to do it, to get 700 of them in the same room and to really make sure that they're hands-on and listening, that combines with other marketing and promotional efforts, so it's huge.
SOAR Executive Director Colby Hall says he hopes that SOAR will be able to host similar events for different career fields in the future. The second largest legal settlement in U.S. history is finalized, and Kentucky receives $438 million from it. Attorney General Daniel Cameron announced today funds from the settlement will be made available to local governments and the Commonwealth's soon-to-be staffed Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission. In Perry County, officials hope funds can launch an innovative approach to drug rehab.
I would like to see us set up a trade program through our inmate population. We have the facilities already here, but they're not being used at night.
The Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission will be staffed by survivors, law enforcement, and officials from the drug treatment community. We'll have more local reaction coming up at 6. President Biden has chosen federal appeals court judge Ketanji Brown Jackson as his nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court. She is the first Black woman ever nominated to the nation's highest court in its 233-year existence. CBS's Skylar Henry has more on this historic nomination from the White House.
President Biden made history as he introduced his Supreme Court nominee, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first Black woman chosen to serve on the nation's highest court.
She strives to be fair, to get it right, to do justice.
The 51-year-old appeals court judge is a Harvard Law School graduate who is a law clerk for Justice Stephen Breyer, the man she will now replace if confirmed.
I can only hope that my life and career, my love of this country and the Constitution, and my commitment to upholding the rule of law and the sacred principles upon which this great nation was founded will inspire future generations of Americans.
The announcement comes exactly 2 years after then-candidate Biden made a promise to nominate a Black woman.
I believe it's time that we have a court that reflects the full talents and greatness of our nation.
Judge Jackson's experience as a former public defender would also be a first for the Supreme Court. It's experience that both she and President Biden have in common in their lengthy law careers.
We've seen a lot of folks who served as public defenders and civil rights lawyers be elevated under this administration because there have been far too few of folks with that sort of experience.
Judge Jackson is familiar with the confirmation process, having gone through it last year when she was nominated to the district court. This time around, the stakes are higher, with the reward of attaining a seat on the Supreme Court. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Judge Jackson won the support of 3 Republican senators during her last confirmation process. If she does not get any bipartisan support this time, she can still be confirmed if she receives all 50 Democratic votes plus Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. Former Donald Trump staffer Kimberly Guilfoyle met Friday with the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th riot. In a tweet, Guilfoyle said she agreed to talk exclusively to the committee's counsel, but House members sat in on the interview. Guilfoyle, who is engaged to the former president's son, Donald Trump Jr., was involved in fundraising for the campaign and for the January 6th Stop the Steal rally at the Capitol. The January 6th committee has already subpoenaed and obtained Guilfoyle's phone records. Friday's meeting is worth noting, however, because she has not publicly been issued a subpoena to appear before the committee. Longtime Trump ally Roger Stone is suing to keep the January 6th House Select Committee from seeing his cell phone records. The committee investigating the Capitol attack is seeking records including Stone's personal number, contacts, and call session times. Stone argues that data about communications with his lawyers and spiritual leaders should stay private and that the committee's pursuits are invalid. Stone appeared for testimony in December following a subpoena from the committee, but took the fifth and did not answer questions. He is not alone in taking legal action to fight the committee. Coming up on First at 4, Russia's invasion of Ukraine is sending gas prices higher, but how high could they go?
And sunshine not far away now, but temperatures, well, they're on the way up, but it's going to be chilly beforehand. I'll have the details on the way.